All right, everybody, Chantal here with your team call. Some people are jumping on live. Other people are going to be watching this back on a recording. Just wanted to jump in and get started because there's a ton of information to cover tonight. So first and foremost, just shout out to everybody who's new. We have a bunch of new customers falling in place into our our oil family. Many of you traveled with me on the pilgrimage, so welcome to the team. Some of you came to me through the booth that I had here locally in Northern Idaho. And others of you are coming to us from all over the place through different team members. So I'm really excited to have kind of a resurgence of growth in our community. It's been a while since I've been in major focused growth mode. So if for whatever reason you're watching this back and you haven't been engaged for a while, this is your invitation to jump back in, not only for the sake of your health and preparedness and being more self-reliant in the health space so that you are less dependent upon a lot of these systems that have failed us over the course of the last couple of years. Welcome, right? Welcome, engage. Let's step in and learn more. Of course, we're so grateful for medicine when we need it, but there's a lot of cases and a lot of times, a lot of scenarios where the common sense approach to taking care of our health has been completely disregarded. And that's what I want to reinstill. You actually are your best defense mechanism in terms of knowing what you need, what your body needs, what your kids' bodies needs. And I just want to empower you with some great solutions. Essential oils, recapping, not the be all end all of everything, but boy, are they powerful. They're such a great supplement. And of course, we believe in pairing them with other different types of nutrients. One of the big powerhouses that just came out is a brand new super green superfood green vitamin supplement, VMG. And I'm so excited for many of you to start that. We've started in our family just every morning, little green juice. So helpful for getting it down the hatch of little people, as well as those of us that want to enjoy our experience of supplementation and not feel like we're pill popping all the time. So we still need our our omegas. We still need our Terrazyme and probiotics. So there's still lots of little pieces to pop, but it's about a comprehensive picture of what our bodies need. And unfortunately, what we need now more than ever are the things that used to be present in our food and we're so deprived, especially in the States. If anybody's tracking with this Make America Healthy Again growing movement, we're just learning so much. I mean, I've known forever, but at least for a very long time, but more and more you just hear it and you're like, oh, I cannot believe how dead our food is, how poisoned our food is, and how debilitating this food reality is playing out in the lifestyle of so many people. So it's time to get on the forefront of your health. And like they said, I mean, I don't know, you hear it in real estate. The best time to buy real estate was yesterday. The next best time is today. I would say the same thing is true about your health. The best time to have taken care of your health preventively is yesterday, but now is just as good. You've got to start. So it has to be a comprehensive overhaul of looking at nutrition, looking at supplementation, and yes, looking at your oils. Why? Because oils work on a cellular level. Unlike a lot of other types of substances that we take, which have to be metabolized, they need, enzymes and cofactors and all kinds of different things to make sure that they're being brought to the right systems. Essential oils are fast, they're quick, they enter the bloodstream and they reach the different body systems very efficaciously. So I want you to start thinking, if I need a little bit of lavender just to take the edge off, am I using it for an emotional tool? Inhaling and just allowing that to resonate and to utilize the connection between the olfactory nerve and the limbic brain, calming down anxiety or fear. It's also very calming and sedative before bed. The other thing that, of course, lavender is good for is just skin issues. You need to start thinking about the body systems that you have in place, or the body systems you're targeting. Okay, that's the key so that you can begin to understand what oils you need for what outcomes you're trying to create. Emotional, sleep. Are you looking for focus? Are you looking for energy? Are you looking for gut detoxing? Are we cleansing? Are we working on our skin? Oh, I've been loving the skin regimen. I mean, of course, it's lovely to be pregnant. My skin is always really happy when I'm pregnant, but I think it has a lot to do with the fact that I'm in such a good skin routine. So I utilize first thing in the morning, the rose hydrosol. I use the moringa oil. I use our doTERRA moisturizer. I use our tightening serum. I'll even use the brightening serum. I love to do a little bit of that gua sha, right? Massage to my face. And then, of course, I'm right at that same time when I'm brushing teeth and taking care of my face. I have lots of oils with me just for my own uplifting, mood and just honestly to help me feel alive. So I'm reaching for frankincense. Tonight we're going to talk about frankincense. The product of the night is frankincense, and this is the Swiss Army knife of oils. And we're learning more and more about it. All the way up behind the mastoid bone, right? Oh, so good. We're learning more and more about frankincense, and yet it's like the most ancient of ancient solutions that we've known about for a long time. So I want to share with you a couple of major inroads and insights, especially because we just had a new release of frankincense in a new model. So first and foremost, let's talk about the oil, right? It is what we call the king of oils. It has a variety of notable uses and benefits. It is highly esteemed, of course, in a lot of ancient practices, incense. It's been just utilized across so many civilizations for skin, for perfume, for salves, a lot of different kinds of uses. Okay. And so this is definitely one that we think about right away for the skin, but it supersedes that by so much. So I want to break down the way our frankincense is built for you. Okay. So our frankincense in particular is comprised of a couple of types of frankincense combined together. So boswellia trees have different, there's basically carteri, which is a type of species. Okay, there's boswellia sacra, and then there's boswellia papaya free papaya. I knew I was going to slaughter it. I'm going to try it again. Papiafera, I think is how you say it. And then Boswellia freriana. Okay, so these are different species of frankincense trees. And according to preclinical research, frankincense oil can help cellular function, okay, when taken internally. And so many people have been taking this oil internally for a long time because of its large presence of alpha pinene, which is very soothing, which, let's just be honest, the whole point of frankincense when you're taking it for cellular support is to help keep healthy cells healthy and unhealthy cells to die. The main chemical component that does that is alpha pinene, but there's also a presence of limonene as well as octyl acetate or acetate. I don't know, acetate. Some of those words we all trip over. Anyway, we can make it up as we go. The bottom line is when you recognize the properties, you can go and you can research them and you can find out what the clinical studies are saying about these individual properties. You can begin to understand how to use your essential oils more effectively for the outcomes you want. So, frankincense is very gentle. It can be applied just totally neat without a carrier oil. It can be applied, which may or may not be purposeful, right? Remember, we use carrier oils not just to dilute, but we also use carrier oils as a lipid barrier to protect those essential oils from flashing off. So, for example, in our roll-on, it's in a carrier blend, which means it's going to stay close and penetrate the skin over a longer period of time. So we're going to get more of the actual essential oil components into our bloodstream than if we just put it on neat, which then we act as almost like a human diffuser, right? Some of it goes into our skin, but some of it flashes off, and then we take it in an aromatic fashion. And of course, we lose some as well just to evaporation, but it's gentle enough to be applied neat. And that's important to know because we just love those oils that we can run, grab to. I slather my kids down with frankincense routinely, and I'm never concerned about a response or some sort of irritation of the skin, etc. So aromatically, topically, and internally. And now I want to turn a little bit to the internal nature of frankincense a little bit more. So one of the other things that's amazing about frankincense is that its properties, that alpha pinene in particular, can penetrate the blood-brain barrier. Okay. The blood-brain barrier is meant to actually keep things out, right? So when something can penetrate it, it's remarkable, first of all, right? It's just rare that something can do that. And as a tool and as a mechanism that is not damaging but helpful, frankincense can be an incredible tool for neurological function. Okay, so we get to talk about that a little bit, and we also get to talk about it within the context of cellular health. Okay, health. So let me pull up. I'm going to pull up a couple data points here. Okay. So, what are we finding about frankincense? Okay. We're finding out that, and again, this is all, you can go PubMed, go research. And again, I don't claim to be a full-on medical researcher. I don't even fully understand certain aspects of these reports, but I do know that I can go look up an abstract and I can begin to get a general idea of whether or not they are seeing positive outcomes or negative outcomes. Are these properties serving a particular outcome or not? So one such report in the abstract talking about boswellia, okay, and frankincense properties, speaks of the neurodegenerative diseases, which of course fall in the category of things like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, Huntington's disease, multiple sclerosis, and so forth, strokes, cognitive deficits, etc. Like there's a lot of those, right? So it says no curative treatment have been developed for those things, right? So this paper provides an overview of evidence about the potential of Boswellia species and their main constituents, boswellic acids, as modulators of several mechanisms involved in the pathology of the neurodegenerative diseases. In vitro, which means in animal studies, the clinical studies have confirmed that Boswellia species contain bioactive components that may enhance cognitive activity and protect against neurodegeneration. Ah, right? So, what are we talking about? We're talking about antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, um, anti apoptotic properties, which means certain cells can live on and certain cells die off, right? Um, the species have neuroprotective potential, making them a promising candidate to cure or prevent neurodegenerative diseases. Whoa, that's amazing. That's just one article, but there's many that are talking about the power of frankincense. And I encourage you just to look it up. I mean, it took me all of 10 minutes to pull these up. And you can look up the different properties. For example, the new product that doTERRA just released is a frankincense oil and boswellic acid compound. They're together. Okay, this boswellic acid complex incorporates the resin, which is 60% comprised of AKBA, acetyl 11 keto beta boswellic acid. Okay. And so then I take that and I go pump it into Google and I research that. And here's what it's talking about. This AKBA is a naturally occurring terpene, triterpene, isolated from the gum resin from the Boswellia frankincense tree. Okay, that's what it says, from the tree of Boswellia, the frankincense. And it's been recently identified as a novel, orally active, non-redox, and non-competitive, I mean, I can't even understand half of these words, lipoexgenase inhibitor. Okay, 5-lipoexgenase inhibitor, something close to that. Okay, you keep reading. Okay, keep reading. Okay, because we get to the bottom point, the main takeaways from these studies, and what we find is that these properties are interacting with various pathways in the body, and especially related to certain types of tissues, and they inhibit different types of my gosh, oh my goodness, you guys, this is silly. I've got to get my pronunciation down before I go online I read it all and it all means something in my brain, but then I say it out loud and I sound like an uneducated individual. But the bottom line is this is talking about the suppression and of proliferation and apoptosis of different types of tumors. That's what it says. Okay. So it says the signaling, the interruption of signaling through this evolutionary conserved pathway might be one of the mechanisms by which AKBA induces suppression of proliferation and apoptosis of different tumor types. Whoa. Okay. So these are a couple of research pieces that again are readily available. These are all PubMed. And the point is that we have in front of us through nature, through God's gifting, a pretty remarkable tool for a number of things, neuroplasticity and neuroprotection, as well as cellular health. I feel very strongly that every single person needs to have the frankincense boswellia acid complex in their arsenal, especially as we get older and especially as we are come into more and more contact with high risk factors within our own genetic pool, our own families, and of course exposure to various different types of toxins and so forth. It's just how many people know someone who is dealing with this kind of challenge. So I'm not sharing my screen. I could be, I should be. Thanks for asking me, Army. Let me just go ahead and I'll pop over here and show you what I've got going on. Okay, so a number of research pieces. Again, here's a piece on the abstract of the AKBA. If you look under the source page under doTERRA, you'll see AKBA 60% concentration. It contains a standardized 60% concentration, a compound extracted from boswellia resin that is known to aid in healthy inflammatory response. Boom. Okay. Made to support joint discomfort, provide antioxidant support and protection, and according to preclinical research, support healthy cellular function. So there you have it. Here's the piece that I was reading from that was talking specifically about the benefits of the oleogum resin and frankincense trees as well, used specifically to support different types of or inflammation reduction, therapeutic potential against other tumor types. And then this one, of course, neurodegenerative diseases. And here we have it. The Boswellia species having neuroprotective potential makes them a promising candidate to cure or prevent neurodegenerative diseases. We're talking about, again, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, Huntington's, etc. So what do? We pull this into our arsenal. We've been doing frankincense under the tongue, 2 drops under the tongue. That's like been recommended from the beginning of doTERRA as part of your daily regimen, but now it's in a really cool little capsule. $48 at wholesale, 42 PV for 30 capsules. And I highly recommend this as part of your regimen, especially as you continue to age. And for anybody dealing with neuro disruptive challenges, headaches, focus issues, pull this in. Let's utilize what we have and allow these beautiful oils, both the oil and the resin, to go to work for us. And that's, again, what's so unique. Let's see if I can show you. See how these capsules look on the screen? They have these little teeny resin polyps in them. And it's pretty amazing product. They've been working on this for so long. The King of Oils in a micro bead capsule. Okay. So continue to use your frankincense orally. You can pair this with it. There's also a new frankincense stick. And what would that be good for? Where is it? There it is. With the stick with the nio wood. Okay, we talked a little bit about this last week, but I just wanted to give this to you again. The key here is that it is really good for the skin. We've always known it was good for skin. Alpha biasbulal, I'm not sure exactly what that is, but what that property is in relationship to the nio wood. I need to research that one a little bit more, but it says it delivers restorative topical benefits and will help promote the look of renewed and revived skin. So remember, frankincense or doTERRA speak is always going to be a little bit masked from what we can find out about different types of properties and how we can research them in a more medical term. So remember, medical terms or in protocols outside of doTERRA, because they have to be careful about their commercial language. And the FDA, of course, the FDA, good old FDA, who's in bed with the pharmaceutical company, does not want natural supplement companies talking about anything natural, curing, preventing, healing, restoring. Like, of course, we're literally gagged. Even if we knew that we had, the cure to cancer, we literally can't say that on the product label or in the language that we talk about it with doTERRA in this context. So you have to dig a little deeper. So do your research, utilize the resources I've given you in particular. If you don't have it already, I highly recommend everybody has the eoebooks.com. You can go there and you can find the app. And again, I don't subscribe to everything that everybody does. For example, you'll find some very interesting things that I'm not necessarily promoting here. I'm not an advocate of reflexology. That's not something that I feel is a science that's developed far enough for us to be able to engage. And I want us to be attentive to the modalities that we use. But I really love this app. Okay. You can find it on the App Store and iTunes or Google Play as well. So I would recommend that everybody has that. You can look up lots of different ailments. And it's not only, about oils, but there's a ton of testimonials. So a lot of experiential evidence being shared there as well. Okay. So that concludes tonight's portion of our product call. I want to then turn just my attention briefly to the business. And what I want to highlight here is the loyalty reward program, the subscription program that doTERRA has. Many of our friends buy oils once and then they kind of like wait or use them a little bit, but they don't realize that there's a whole broader scope of support that they can be utilizing and benefiting from and saving. Okay. When we purchase products for our family, we segregate out each month into different months. We have supplement months that we purchase. We have hair care months. We have skin care months. We have home care products that we purchase. We have, nutrition products that we purchase, and we cycle through those every couple of months on our loyalty program so that we know that we're always supported in all the different facets of our lifestyle. And of course, it makes it easier. One, everything just gets shipped right to my house. Two, I get to have the ease of again, just selecting and changing up that order right from the comfort of my home. But I also save significantly. 30% back on every single purchase comes back to me in points. And those points I can then reinvest in the product. And so I'm reducing the cost from, I already have a 25% discount with the wholesale membership, but with the loyalty order, the subscription program, I get to have up to 55% off the cost of the product that I would normally be buying if I was just doing one-off orders. Okay. So the loyalty program has lots of exciting benefits. I'm just going to share my screen one more time to be able to hopefully highlight a couple of those benefits and encourage you to discover the loyalty program so that you can continue to advance your own savings and your own lifestyle. So the loyalty reward program, you can watch this cute little video, but here's the thing. They basically give you, again, depending on how you stay with it, in addition to your 25% discount, you gain a 10% discount initially or in product credit. And then that increases all the way up to 30%. And once you're at 30%, you stay there, which is great. Okay. You also have some additional earning opportunities. For instance, you can earn a free product of the month anytime you spend 125 PV. This month, that happens to be, I'm going to show you. Oops. Okay, you can come in here and you can see all the new products being featured. But, oh, actually, it's not there right now. So let's go to, oh, well, I think if I come in here, here I am bumbling my way through. I'm in such a habit of doing this that I rarely ever have to go look. So, we're going to find our product of the month. Well, just try it like this. I think it is a, think it's eucalyptus, already ordered. And I know there were so many new, giveaways this month. There were a lot of features. So I'm going to come in here. It's my little digital marketing kit, and I can check on my particular. Okay, US promotions. Yes, product of the month is eucalyptus. So we can use the eucalyptus, reset and refresh. Eucalyptus is great for spasmodic coughs, clearing airways. It's obviously an incredible gift to us to have that. We also have 10% off in pink pepper. So pink pepper is another tool that you can use. Primary benefits can be immune and digestive as well as respiratory. So that's what's on the docket for our 10% product. And then they also have a special if you on your loyalty order, if you spend more than 200 PV, they're giving you white grapefruit and fiber. Okay. So both of these are coming to you free this month. And again, that's another reason why you would want to engage in the loyalty reward program. So let's go back there just really quick and highlight a few more features. So you have 125 PV gets you a free product of the month. Anytime you're over 100 or more, you have free shipping. Okay. Under that, you have a discounted shipping rate between 50 and 99 PV of only $3.99 for shipping. Okay. You also, if you utilize the loyalty order and you are sharing with others, anytime you're over 100 PV, then you also are set with getting your commission checks. Okay. So there's a lot here to learn about, and just encourage you most especially to explore the benefits of the loyalty reward program just for your home first. And then you can actively begin to share and earn in other ways as well. So that's what I wanted to share with you tonight. I hope that that's helpful and inspiring to you and encourages you to explore how to purchase on a monthly basis. And again, I'm going to come back in here one more time and just show you what you can do. When you come to your bag and you go to shopping, you can just have your loyalty order set up. Mine is scheduled for the 11th of every month, but I push it through sometimes when I want it earlier. And you can just update your products, go into your shopping cart every month, and you can remove the products that you want. You can also add products right here. So if I want frankincense complex, I can add it in, right? And that becomes part of my order, and I can hit save and process on the date that I've scheduled, or I can push it through immediately, especially if I'm redeeming points or if I want an order right away. So pretty simple to do. Just make sure that you pay attention to saving your order once you've put things in your cart, and know that if you were to not adjust your cart on the same date that you've chosen, the 11th of whatever month or whatever date you've chosen, it would repeat. So some people want the same order over and over again, but most people want to change it up, and you can do that. And there's no obligation in terms of how much you share or how much you buy. But again, you have those tools available to you. You can reach for different promos, right? So you can qualify for free shipping, product of the month, the 200 PV promo. If you keep going, you keep receiving different promotions as they come. So, you can pay attention to what you've qualified for and make sure that you're earning your points. Again, there, for example, on this order, I'm earning $75 back in points. Pretty amazing. And I spend my points quite a bit. So right now I don't have a bunch banked, but you can let those points accrue and then have a whole Christmas, a doTERRA Christmas just waiting for you with free product credit. So feel free to use those in different ways. All right, my friends, thanks for being with me. If we have any questions, I'm happy to take them. Otherwise, I know most of you are going to catch this on the replay and you can reach back out. My best email to reach me is chantal@faithfuloilmom.com for all things oils related. And right now, I'm in the heart of Diamond Club. Diamond Club basically allows me to reach people with some better incentives to get you started and to do some teaching. There's some nice benefits to me on the back end in terms of growth in my business, but it's open to anyone. So whether you're on my team or under my team, I can help you. So if you want to get a little group together, I can teach a class for you. And you can benefit from enrolling people, and I can benefit from giving those extra Diamond Club promotions to your people. So it really works great. Let's see, we have one question. Is the frankincense capsule more beneficial than just the oil? What we're discovering is that there's better, there's, I shouldn't say better, there's diversification. The Boswellia resin has more of those properties. That AKBA is more prevalent in that acid resin form. And so again, if I'm going back to the research, the AKBA is what is primarily anti-tumoral and causes apoptosis in this the studies that we're seeing, in the meningioma cells. Thank you. Meningioma cells, which is again causing that death to unhealthy cells. That's what we're looking for. Stops proliferation of and metastases of those kinds of cells. So if you're looking for cellular support, I would definitely encourage you to go right to the complex. If you're looking for neuro benefits, I would lean on the oil, right? Because the oil and the alpha pinene is particularly good for penetrating the blood-brain barrier and supporting with those neuroprotective benefits. That's why we're putting it together. But we still want to be able to use them versatilely and use them for different reasons. So that's what I would say. I would say oil on the back of the neck, oil under the tongue, especially if you're thinking cognitive function, and then those capsules for cellular health throughout the body. About how long is the effect? How long can it take to be seen? I think is what you're asking. So,
Yes. Yes.
well, we know that the essential oils can be effective very fast. For example, our founder, uh, David Sterling, his daughter had seizures that were uncontrollable. Nothing could stop them. They'd been through all kinds of neurologists, and they started her on a regimen of up to 16 drops of frankincense a day, and that reduced her seizures like almost immediately as long as she was on that protocol, like really fast. In terms of the new complex, I don't have as much testimonial benefits of that yet. But that's one of the things that we can lean into from some of the other presenters and stuff that are teaching us right now about the frankincense capsules. And my suspicion is that, again, consistency is always key. But natural products tend to actually incorporate and work with us more quickly. They metabolize fast, so we have to keep them onboarded, right? It's not building up necessarily in the body like a lot of medications. So I would use them on a regular basis. So for fibroids, I would venture to suggest the capsules, but you might incorporate both. That would be if it were me, I would be doing both. I would use the oil and I'd use those capsules. I'd use the capsules as a supplement daily, and then I would use the oil on me. Lymph nodes, tissues, like I would use that as a regular part of my routine as well, if it were me. So, but here's what we can do, right? Is I would go to that app as well. So I would go to the EOE app. This is often what I end up doing. And then I look up a particular health concern. So I don't necessarily have to, um, you know, do this all, I don't have to necessarily contain everything in my own brain. So uterine fibroids, fibromyalgia, cystic fibrosis, like we can look up all kinds of different particular challenges in the app. And I'm just going to look up the one that we have here about fibroids, and it's talking about 2 to 3 drops of frankincense under the tongue morning and night. It is also talking about different things topically if there's cramping or discomfort. You can also utilize, frankincense, internally, internally. There's multiple different types of fibrosis here or fibroids that you can be, looking at. So that would be the resource I would go to. And so again, that app is really extraordinary, and I would recommend that you use it so you can have a protocol. It'll tell you how many drops or what oils to pair, how frequently, and then, often give you some testimonials and experience. There's kind of a Q&A section that you can read through and people share all their testimonies, their benefits, and what they've experienced as a result of those protocols, which gives us a lot more of that kind of experiential evidence that we like to know. So we're like, that's what I'm going to do. So prostate cancer stage 4, again, I would lean on, I would lean on those capsules right away, the capsules for sure in that context. But you might also apply topically. So it's really about again, in that particular situation, you would be looking at a very aggressive approach. And I don't presume to know specific details there, but again, if it were me, I would be really excited about this new product. So, and you can look at that up in the app as well, because there's going to be some other recommendations. But 2 drops of frankincense under the tongue daily, right away, right? So that's the old protocol because we didn't have this capsule. Now that we have this capsule, I suspect we're going to start seeing some new protocols emerge and new insights being brought to the forefront. So if you go to EOE, so I'll just type it in here, EOE books, and then you can look that up in the App Store, and it will come up with a really great little, let's see, I don't know if I can show it to you, but it looks like that. Okay, EOE books. So it's good, and when you see the little, like the little green, that's what it'll look like in the App Store. Okay, so I hope that's helpful. All right, so get your loyalty order set, save when you purchase. Reach out if you have individuals you want me to share with or people to reactivate. Reactivations right now are huge. I have benefits to give to people who if you haven't used your account in a long time or you haven't purchased in a long time, now's a great time to connect with me because I can give you free balance, free adaptive. I have all kinds of promos at my disposal. So I want to teach, I want to share, and I want to help everybody get those benefits. So if you'd like to host a class, again, it can be as simple as just gathering a couple people together on a Zoom call like this. I would really love to do that. Thursdays are a great night for me. So following this same time frame, I could do a class, whether in person or online. And I'd like to really pack my calendar into the next couple of weeks and months to help support the growth of our team. Again, this is not necessarily just for my business, but it's for you as well. You can benefit every time you share doTERRA. You can earn either product credit or commission, depending on what you want to do. And so it's a great way to help expand the horizons of your own. Well, honestly, let's just say it's a great way to support your own habit of wanting to have essential oils in your home. So whether it's just getting your products paid for or you want to actually have some additional income, please let me know. I'd love to support you. And like I said, I have a lot at my disposal right now and I want to share it. So thank you so much for your time, everybody. I'll keep posting these videos I record, but I can't put them on publicly, right? Because nobody's going to let me keep on YouTube talking about cancer and essential oils. They'll just shut me down. So I keep them behind the scenes and send them out privately. I also have a Signal group for leaders on my team. If you're interested in being a part of that group, then I'll share that link here so that you can, let's see. You can join that as well, and that allows for you to get notifications and so forth about what's going on the team. And of course, I post those videos there as well. So feel free to sign up for the Signal group. And I can't wait to be back next week. We'll do the same thing every single Thursday. Same time, same place. All right. God bless.
Thank you, Chantal.
My pleasure, Amy. Thanks for being here. Take care.